Just as a follow-up, we are very keen to see that, I mean, it has taken 11 months and all we know is what we knew anyway at that time. We knew it was a murder, that's what we all suspected, there were suspects also. But now we're back to square one. So what we really ask the authorities is that the justice is brought, that there is the murderer or murderers are brought to justice, because it's been we've lost 11 months, and I mean this is what this poster says as well. This is a pattern of where there have been this kind of murders happening in broad daylight. And then they are just kind of scuttled.
Justice is done.
No justice is done. So, there are very powerful hidden hands that are preventing these things to come out. So it's we've been talking about Tajuddin, we've been talking about Lasantha. He's and many other journalists who've lost their lives. And I also would like to say that we have been speaking up for injustice. People say, why do we talk? I mean, we've recently also been talking about the genocide in Palestine, because we can't close our eyes to what's going on in the world. And for us, it's not anything to do with religion or race or ethnicity or anything like that. It's just human beings. We are humanists. We are talking on behalf of humanity. We don't see these voices coming from people who we thought are protectors of democracy and humanity, are actually doing, are perpetrators of these crimes. So we would really, we are appalled at what's happening, and we want, we would really want the world to stop this genocide. And with regards to, what's going on in Sri Lanka, I think we continue to stand for, for accountability and good governance, because we see that, things are, just because some of the, parameters are back. We have some fuel, we have some, the crimes that are being committed are actually worse. Where when it comes to the medical crisis, what's going on in the procurement of everything from garlic to you name it, literally, it's just it's a bad show. Everyone knows it. The data is out there. The whistleblowers have given all of the information, but nothing happens. And we see just a shuffle of authority. I mean, we saw the Minister of Health being removed, and then he is back again in another position. So yes, so this is why people ask why we still stand. That's the reason. Thank you.
මහබංකු මංකොල්ලයක් වුණා කියලා සාක්ෂි ඉදිරිපත් කරපු කෙනෙක් දිනේෂ් ශාෆ්ට කියන්නේ. හරිද? එයා හරියට මැරෙන රනිල් රාජපක්ෂ බලයට ආවට පස්සේ නේද? ඒක නිකන් අහම්බෙන් සිද්ධ වෙච්ච සිදුවීමක්ද මේ? තමන් ගැට ගහගෙන මැරුණයි කිව්වා. ඊට පස්සේ මොනවාද සයනයිට් කතාවක් කිව්වා. දැන් හරිනේ. මං කිව්වේ ඒකයි. එදා තාජුඩීන් අද ශාෆ්ටද කියලා ඒ පක්ෂයට තාජුඩීන් කෝට්ටුව පැත්තේ තාජුඩීන් අලියගේ පැත්තේ ශාෆ්ටද කියලා මරණය ශාෆ්ටද කියන එක හොයන්න වෙනවා ඉස්සරහට. මොකද මහ බැංකු මංකොල්ලයක් උනේ නැහැ කියලා පොත් ලියපු ජනාධිපතිගේ පක්ෂය ඔය ඉන්නේ දැන් ජනාධිපති.
Lately in our country, we are seeing this Dinesh Shafter's matter. It took them 11 months to realize that poor man was murdered. We knew it on that same day, looking at the evidence that was provided. We could all see that. What is this cover-up that's happening? Somebody is covering this up, isn't it? That's one thing that I was shocked about. The other thing I'm shocked about is this Diana Gamage's issue. Here is a lady who has a British passport. You can't have a British passport if you are not a British citizen. Okay? How is she allowed to be a MP in our parliament, being a British citizen? I mean, I'm just shocked. These are two glaring things that we had just this week, which has just shocked me to the core. And then you see all the corruption, all these, double standards from police, from OICs, from so many different places. They give one verdict for one person, they change it for somebody else. Why can't we have equal application of the law? One country, one law. That's supposed to be our election manifesto. We had a huge one country, one law task force. And look at the situation now. They select the law and apply to whoever they feel like it. I am appalled. We are a bankrupt nation. We have 17 people going for a trade and tourism fair in the UK, costing us 27 million rupees, Chiranta. Is that what we really need? There are people starving without one proper meal, right? And we can spend millions to send people on a gala trip to London. 17 people are needed to go and attend I can understand we need tourism for sure, but I don't think we need 17 people to represent Sri Lanka at a fair. Half that money could have been saved and given to the poor. There are people who just want basic rice to eat with a sambal, Chiranta. They can't afford anything more. They just want rice. And here we are spending millions and billions on unnecessary things. Electricity has gone up. Petrol has gone up. Everything is slowly going up. Water went up a little while ago. What is happening in our country? We talk about stability. Yeah, there are no petrol queues, there's no gas queues. Yes, that's great. But there's some, hanky-panky that happened there as well. I think we all know that. But what stability are we talking about? When people are struggling, people don't have a school, they can't get to school, they don't have clothes or shoes to wear. I'm really, there's a meal program that people are doing in some of our schools. And there was a child who had asked someone, they had served them some very simple fried rice for lunch. And this girl had asked, can you please give me one extra to take for my mother? So they had said, for your mother? And they said, yes. For 2 days, all my mother has had is plain tea. For 2 days. When I think of those things, my heart just bleeds. We are spending billions and millions on rubbish and nonsense when these people are living on plain tea. And this poor girl, 6-year-old girl, mind you, grade 1 student, 6 years old, is worrying about her mother and asking, can you give me one more parcel? When you hear these stories, Chiranta, I get so upset, and people say everything is hunky-dory, back to normal. They must be living on a different planet from me, for
because
sure.
It's the fact that, those days we didn't have the commodities, but now we have the commodities, but people can't afford it. It's either way, it's the same thing. It depends whether you can take it or whether you can't take it. Whether those days you can stay in a queue and take it. Now you can't take it because you don't have the money to do it.
Nope. Look at the theft. How many robbers, thieves do we see nowadays? Why? Why are they begging? There are people who come to my doorstep asking for a little bit of flour. They never did that before. I never had people come and ask me for rice and flour, things like that to my house. They are struggling. They cannot make ends meet even for one meal. And it angers me when people say Ranil Wickremesinghe is the savior, he has saved our country. I am so flabbergasted when I hear that, I'm really, really upset when I hear that. Because there are so many people who are still struggling. There are people who cannot afford to put petrol. A lot of people are still using bicycles and taking public transport now. Now with the petrol going up, all the public transport, all the goods are going to go up as well, Chiranta, because transporting now from, up country, the vegetables, everything is going to go up now. As if things are not so, exorbitant already. A lot of us have given up on certain luxuries. Why? Because we just can't afford them anymore. We are also living a very basic life, because how can we live a luxurious life when people are struggling and suffering in our country? Thank you to both of you for being here. We are here to stand and show dissent for the bad governance of our country. I had 4 university young boys who came just now, and they were telling me, Auntie, thank you for what you are doing. Our country is ruined. We are all trying to go abroad. This is our youth crying, right? What country are we giving them, Chiranta? You and I might have lived in a good country, but look at the youth ahead of us. You are very young, not like me, right? But for my children, for my grandchildren, what country are we leaving behind for them? You know, it's so sad. And when those boys came and they said, please do this for us, auntie, we are so proud of you. That has spurred me on to do this every single week, you know, without stopping. And I invite all of you listening, please come and join us here at Liberty Circle every Thursday at 5:30. And we are at at Thimigasaya, opposite Health Guard, every Sunday at 6 o'clock. Please come and join us. This is the least you can do. Right? You can make a difference.
අපේ ශ්‍රී ලාංකිකත්වයේ ඕක තියෙන්නේ.
බස්සේ.
ආපාරේ ඇවිල්ලා බෑගට ඉඳගෙන ඉන්න එක තමයි.